you ever see such a happy group? You know why they're so happy? They can't wait to get out of here.
Mr. Walsh, your name, please, for the record.
I'd appreciate very much, out of common courtesy, when a question is asked among you, that you speak to the audience, not to one another. It's not a private conversation. That's a
Mr.
matter
Walsh,
of courtesy.
Mr. Walsh, would you give us your name for the record?
I will, I'll remain, but this is a
You
big
are
thing.
you are
Every time when I was,
Thank you.
please, Mr. Garrett, don't try to gag me every chance you get, okay?
Just asking you for your name.
I try to be respectful. I highly recommend that you read this book, General Patton. It will give you a better insight and appreciation of the great sacrifice of so many young men for our country and for the flag of our country. Not to see it later on desecrated, tarnished, and do everything, turned it into a piece of rag. That sickens me. I'm happy to announce Kingston Borough will be placing 50 American flags provided by the United States American Flag Committee along Market Street from Kingston Corners to Market Street Bridge tomorrow morning. We will assemble in front of the NBT Bank, the military, and veterans with an opening ceremony, lending dignity as to what we're doing. Not like we're hanging up the Walsh on Monday morning, like was done here in Wilkes Barre. In addition, my son and I will provide flags to businesses along the same route, asking that they display the flag honoring our veterans and military. This year marks the 100th anniversary of World War I, the war called the War to Win Wars. As we all know, that did not come to pass. Since that time, we have had World War II, Korean War, Vietnam War, Gulf War, Middle East, Iraq, and Afghanistan. Since World War II, Korea, and Vietnam, 83,000 men have been declared missing in action. Try, if you will, and picture the agony and pain of loved ones down through the years, wondering if their loved ones were still alive. The United States has been engaged in 12 major wars throughout its history. Millions of men and women have served, shed their blood, and made the supreme sacrifice defending not only our own country, but the world. We are a nation of compassion and freedom, and yet we have those Americans who want to destroy the freedoms we enjoy. The question is why? Is greed and hatred that powerful? Following World War II, young Americans, products of the greatest generation of which I am a member, returned home from the war, seasoned veterans of the worst war in the annals of history. They went to war, many as myself, young boys, still in high school, to serve their country. I left the page, I missed a page. I can remember some of the things, I think. Oh, I hear you. I found it. Thousands of those never returned home, while thousands of others suffered wounds, scarring them for life. They celebrated for a few months upon their return, married their sweethearts, went to schools, educational GI schools, to learn trades. They raised their families and elevated this nation to the most financial and industrial military nation in the history. The vast majority of those 17 million who served their country have passed away. As they decline in numbers, so has our nation as a whole. We've been in a deteriorating slide the past 30 years. It has now reached a critical level. The next few years will determine whether we can continue downward or turn toward improving our nation. God help us. I forgot I mentioned Jim Walsh, 34 Mayor Street.
Thank you.
Forgive me.
Thank you, sir.